What's up, everybody? You got the car man. It says that I am live, so I do believe them. All right, so tonight I got a unique. I'm gonna have a pretty cool video. I think this is a real cool video anyway. And it's entitled "Buy the Car, Not the BS," and basically that's a real short way of saying how to get your priorities straight so you don't make mistakes. Meanwhile, if you want to learn how to buy cars and make money with this situation, or you're putting this tip to good use, I stick around. Meanwhile, thank you if you are very new to starting this and you just jumping on one of the shows. We really appreciate it. If you get a chance, we'd really appreciate if you'd subscribe. It means a lot. And I guess we'll get right on into it. Let's just rock and roll here, guys. Okay, so one of the big, I'm not going to say problem. All right, let me just kind of break this down. So I have someone, I'm not going to name them out, but because they're really just trying to get help. And so I'm trying to counsel with them a little bit. And, he's like, well, he's trying to get started. And he's like, I said, all right, listen, man, just give me a couple cars you're looking at, and I'll try to throw you down life's pretty way. We'll go down the yellow brick road and get everything nice and clean. What's up, Big Cliffy? What's up? What's up, Dan Bry? Dan. So anyway, he needs some help on getting kind of set on the inventory. So here's what he starts coming up with. He starts with a story about every one of the cars. So we start off with a little 626. I'm like, hey, tell me about your 626. He's got one placed in at $100. At $1,000. It's a 03, 120,000 miles. Not a great pick, but it'll work. Hey, not crazy on the money. I think it was a 5-speed. So I'm like, tell me about the car, and I'll tell you if you did good or not. And he's like, well, the guy said that all it needs is it slips a little bit sometimes when you're going between third and fourth gear. Now, this is a 5-speed now. Okay, so just so y'all know what's up. So he's like, it slips a little bit, shifting in the higher gears. It doesn't pull like on the interstate like it's supposed to. And he's like, and, God told me sometimes in the morning, all you got to do is let it warm up. And so on and on, it goes on about 3 or 4 things. And about the 5th thing, I'm like, hey, bro, let's go ahead and put this on. Let's just start this over again. Hey, what's up, Buff? So I'm telling him, hey, what's up? And, I'm telling y'all what's up. So I'm telling him what's up also. I said, listen, man, what's happening here is you've went over there. This guy's talked you into spending $1,000 of your money in the hopes that you can provide yourself an income. And basically, he sold you a line of bullshit. And you, because you're desperate and you want to get out there and you want to make money, you have decided to buy the bullshit. And therefore, now you're with a car that you've paid $1,000 for. Does have good miles, but it is a 5-speed. They're not as popular as automatics, but it is a Mazda, so it's a gas saver. I'm trying to work with him, and but now it needs a clutch, and the fender's kind of messed up, and a few other little things. No problem. So I said, all right, so let's just take your first car here. What's your plan of action? Anyway, he gets into it, and well, I'm going around for quotes on a clutch. So the guy tells you it needs a clutch, and you don't even know what a clutch costs, and you go ahead and buy the car. Wrong answer. Anyway, so I broke it down for him, and we're going to get that one straight. But my point here is, don't buy the bull crap. It's not worth it, guys. What you buy is reality. What is it that you can see? What is it that you can feel? What can you smell? How does the car feel when you're driving it? How do the gears feel? Is it pulling on 4th gear? Is it slipping? Is the synchronizers tight? Is the front end tight? God dang it, just tell me, how's she riding, babe? That's what I need to know. I don't need to know what your love affair is with this car. I don't care if your aunt, cousin, Uncle John, whoever drove it. It doesn't matter to me what it does in the morning at 3 o'clock in the morning. As long as you're telling me there's something wrong with it, there's a cost associated with fixing it. Now, so then I had to break it down. I was like, okay, so this guy has sold you a bill of sale. Do you realize that the clutch is going to take you 4 or 5 days, if you're lucky, to get that done? Then you have paint work that's got to be done. Then you have detail job that's got to be done. Now you're telling me there's a cracked windshield on it. And I'm going to guess where it's going to cost us, if you get real good deals on it, another $1,200, $1,300. And if you're doing it all yourself, maybe you get it done for 600 or 700. I mean, the windshield's going to be $2 no matter what, $150. Anyway, I said, what you basically did is you're buying somebody else's dream, and in the car business, we call that selling the dream. And we, as car professionals, sell the dream. So when we get a car, what the idea is the way you should look at that is you should take a car and it should be serviceable and usable for the next person. That doesn't mean fix every detail wrong with it. You don't have to fix the cigarette lighter if it's broke or if it's missing one. You don't have to go find the ashtray to make it perfect. But what you do need to do is make sure that it's structurally sound and it's dependable and they can hit the key and drive it. And when we say sell the dream is that's what we as professionals are supposed to say is, hey, listen, all you got to do, Mr. Retail Customer, is put a little bit of money in this car because I'm giving you a good deal, and then you turn around and you'll have yourself a nice little car, and it's already good, and you can kind of do it at your own speed. That's fine on the retail end. That's what our job is. We're supposed to be doing that. People are not supposed to be doing that to you. No, 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 no. So we all have heard it. How many of us have looked at cars and we want the person to sell us? We can't help it. We want the guy to make us feel good about buying this car that we already know is a turd. But we want to still feel good about it. But don't, guys. What you do is you look at reality for reality. If that car is ugly, call it ugly. Even if it could be pretty with a detail, that's one of your factors. This is an ugly car. If the car has an idle issue when it's cold, this car it's got an idle issue when it's cold, and guesstimate a problem on it. If it needs a windshield, guesstimate the problem on it. And then, like the clutch, guesstimate whatever's going on with this car. So after spending 5 minutes with a guy trying to sell me the 626, this is what I would have thought in my head. I'd have been like, not only does he want me to sell me an ugly car, he wants me to spend $1,300 on top of whatever he wants me to buy it for. So this is ugly minus $1,300. Now rate the car. Now, on top of that, we know it'll take at least a week and a half to 2 weeks to get it out. So it's T minus $1,300 and minus 2 weeks of my time. And now, when we're done, how much profit are you really seriously going to make on a 0203 little 626 5-speed that doesn't have the right paint on it, even if it's running and driving down the road? I think we'd all pretty much agree that maybe if you found the perfect buyer, maybe $2,500. If you found the perfect buyer, more likely sell it for. You'd be lucky to sell that car for $2,000 or $2,300, which means you're going to make nothing. Big Cliffy, you said it right. That car should have been crushed. And then we went into another one. He said, well, I bought this Cadillac. It's really back behind book. It's got the North Star engine. The only thing is, he said, it overheats sometimes when it drives 40 miles an hour, if you drive past 40 miles. Okay. How much did you pay for that? Okay, well, he paid another $1,000. Well, guess what? Go ahead and call the junkyard and collect your money because you're going to get $200 or $300 back on that. That's it. The North Stars, they have the that aluminum block going on, and they're going to have to be retapped, and then you're going to have to put new thread in them and get new head ball. It's ridiculous. It is one hell of an expensive job. So, the long story short, he got a running driving car. He did everything kind of right, except he believed the bullshit. So what he should have said right off the bat was, hey, I got a car that doesn't run right. Period. And Otto, you're right. They are junk. I'm actually a running one is awesome, but the second something's wrong, and there's no room to work on them. I mean, they're just a pain in the butt. But forget all that for a second. This is where this guy jumps out and he buys him a handful of cars. And what else he did was he gave somebody $5,000 worth of his money. He bought probably 30 to 40 problems that belong to other people. He's going to waste no less than 2 weeks to a month of his time getting them ready to sell. After he preps them to sell, he's going to break even if he does really good. As if he does great. And this just happens all the time with the new guys. They just don't understand it. in life, or in life as well, but in cars especially, if there is something wrong, there is a cost associated with it. And it doesn't matter if you think it's simple. If that car stinks, it costs money to make it smell good. If the seats are stained, it costs money to clean it. If parts are missing on the interior to make it nice, it costs money to replace them. Tires aren't, they're either bad or they're good. You don't put people on bad shoes. Everybody likes a new pair of shoes, so do cars. You got to have decent rubber on cars when you sell them. These are just simple basic items. And, windshields, and is the headlight cracked? Stuff like that. Everything with that is a cost of doing business, and it all runs you a high risk of losing your ass. And I know it. So don't buy the BS is all I'm trying to tell you. Look at stuff for what it really is. Deal with reality and just focus on that. So when you get there, you got to make sure that your main job is not to be Mr. Nice Guy. Don't play the part. Don't be the Mr. Big. I'm a big car guy. I'll just turn around and buy cars because I'm just a baller like that. Although I can appreciate that. But you don't do that, because what's going to happen is the nicer you are to people, the more they're going to take advantage of you, generally speaking. Because for some reason, especially in the U.S., if you're buying cars or selling cars, people put you up there right up with criminal attorneys and everybody else that's low life on the planet. You're nothing special. So to them, it's just a joke to get over on you. If they can sell you a car that has a bad transmission, they're gonna high five. In America, there's no such thing as a warranty on a as is, where is used car. There's certain conditions if it has manufacturer's warranty, but we're talking about sleds here, older ones, privately being sold. Everything's sold as far as I know, unless your state has a specific law or something. But most people don't. I'm sure there's some out there. But most people don't, and it's usually an as-is situation. And even if it's warranted, it's going to be limited. But as car buyers, we don't have time for that shit. We got to buy our car. We need that bad boy ready to go, because we only make money when we buy cars. We don't make nothing. Zero. Taking time to go take it to here and taking time to go dig it to there and dicking around with this vendor and that vendor. We make nothing. We're burning gas, burning daylight, and wasting your run time. Remember I talked to you about that? You got X amount of days in a month. You have to make X amount of dollars a day, period. You don't have time for the BS in the middle. So don't buy the BS. That's all I'm trying to tell you, my brothers and sisters out there. You can lose your ass so fast, and as fast as you blink, every profit you made can be gone. And it happens out of goodwill, because most of us are generally nice guys. Yes, if her dad is a judge and she says she is pregnant, stay away from her. You know what? Big Cliff's keep is real. That's what I love about that dude. Right there, Cliffy. Yeah, but he's right. If it's raining outside and you're getting wet and there's rain all over the place, guess what? It's raining outside. That's what you need to understand. And I think it's human nature, to be honest with you. I think we all just there's something about us that wants to be nice to people, generally. Like, we don't walk up to a crowd of people and just start calling them names. We generally would be like, try to at least be polite and try to get along. And it's kind of in our nature human nature to want to get along and be nice with people. And that kind of carries over, especially when you're a buyer of big ticket items such as cars. And what happens is it goes against you, because you turn your focus off. And if someone asks you as a friend, like, hey, I'm getting ready to buy a car, the clutch is slipping between fourth and fifth gear, is it a good deal? You'd be like, hell no, leave that piece of crap there, that's a junk car. We get there and we're like, oh, well, he said it's just slipping a little bit. Of course, most of us are trained enough to know better. But if you're brand new watching this, don't believe anything anyone says. If you do not have the mechanical ability to know how to fix it, then you don't need to buy it, unless you have someone that you already know what they're going to charge to actually physically fix it. So this takes me down to the most important point of this conversation. Buy cars that you can ride and drive. Stick to cosmetic problems until you figure out how to fix mechanical stuff. If you don't know how to fix mechanical stuff, stay the hell away from it. And if you're too lazy to detail them, stay away from them too. If you need to, go find a pretty car that somebody's at $2,500 and you're like, man, if I had $2,500, I'd buy it. Great, go show up and knock on that guy's door and offer him 18. At least you're making $700 and you can be lazy, which is fine. That is fine. That's fine. We can appreciate you playing in the retail market. Retail is a great place to be sometimes. That's where you take a nice car, you get them to come down a little bit, and you try to get a little more than they were getting for it, which is fine. Amazon does it every day. That's how the world works. It's a good place to be in, as far as I'm concerned. And nothing wrong with it. There's nothing wrong with that. And that'll keep your money flowing and keep you happy and keep your wife happy, and happy wife, happy life. Y'all know the drill. All right. Anything else that I might think that it was I just had to. I didn't mean to be like getting off on too many rabbit trails, but I just had to address that because this guy has been following us for a while, and he's just kind of stepping out there, and it's kind of like he wasn't able to process or get the message on what I was trying to preach earlier on in some of the earlier videos that we've done, as far as how to look at these things. You don't look at them emotionally. These are just a Coke can. How many Coke cans in the world? There's billions of them. How many cars are in the world? Who the hell knows? But a lot more than they are people. So there's nothing special about a car. The only thing that you can count on a car is if it's running and driving and you can make it a little prettier and worth something, then you can make a living on them. Other than that, there is no use for a piece of hunk of iron junk sitting in your backyard. Of course, like yesterday, we're going to turn it into parts, but that's a whole nother video. But yeah, as far as you just being brand new into this, please stop. Don't don't even talk to them. Just go find out everything wrong with it. Just focus on what's wrong with it. Be like, hey guys, I am a retard. That's probably a bad analogy. I think these days, even though back in the day we used to call ourselves retarded, I know that that's actually bad. It's not politically correct anymore, although we don't mean any offense to people that are in that. But in car business, that's just one of the terms that they use. And it's probably a bad one. But what we really mean is we're just not really thinking, and we're not really just making good decisions. We're just kind of running with the wind and hoping for the best. And at the end of the day, it's just you just can't do business like that. You cannot survive it. You will not survive not calling it like it is. Period. In the story. And if you're ever jammed up on something, feel free to just text me or whatever. You can hit me up on, I don't know, some of my site. I got the one I got. Oh, I got Instagram, which is okay. I've got about 100 and something followers, which is funny. I don't have very many because I don't promote it that much. But yeah, if you need it and you're like really in the car business, jump on my Instagram and follow me. And that way, if you ever need me, you can like pop me like bam. You can hit me right off Jump Street, because with YouTube, although I get a lot of stuff on YouTube, there's a ton. I mean, we have almost 10 million people a year coming through on YouTube. That's a lot of people. So on Instagram, it kind of changes as far as the communication level, being able to communicate a little faster. So it might help. Now, I'm not going to do a lot of selfies and talk about how beautiful I am, because obviously y'all can see that that would be a pointless conversation. Anyway, what else is important? I'm going to go ahead and throw this out here. This ain't got nothing to do with this one either. But you know what? If you're brand new, I want you to challenge you right now. I want to challenge you, get a gut feeling on what a car's worth before you ever open your mouth and even look at it. I want you to start looking at them and be like, in my dream world, I want to buy that car for $700 or $500, whatever the number is. And then hold yourself to it. Figure out how to get there with the customer. Go start challenging yourself to find stuff wrong with that car to get it down there to your budget. That's where you need to be at. If you're brand new behind the ears, this is where you need to be. You need to be out there earning your stripes. Crawl under that car, do all the stuff, dig around in the trunk, sniff under the seats, do it all. Check the AC, go drive. I mean, you do it all, because you're brand new and that's what you're supposed to do. So get on it. Anyway, anything else? It's Friday night, guys. I hope y'all ain't out partying. Dang it, it's already 20 minutes. I don't know how time flies this dang fast, but anyway, it does. All right, guys. Well, I guess that's going to be a wrap for me. Anyway, Monday, we're kicking it off again. We're going to a... That's right. Engines off, gliding to the destination, please. I like what Buff said right here. He said, simple fix, fast sales. That's so true. So true. And man, the more experience you get and the more cars you get behind you, the easier it is to pick those simple fixes out. And don't be hard on yourself. Like I talked my boy through it. He's going to be all right. But the long story short, Just slow down. Smell the roses. Keep it simple, stupid. We all heard that one. Kiss, kiss. We heard that as young, young, young. And remember, the car business has nothing at all to do with cars. It is the movement of money. We're taking one little bit amount of money and transferring it into a bigger amount of money. So all the stupid shit in the middle that can slow you down is just going to slow you down. And you only make money the day you buy the car. So if it takes you a year to sell it, you still make the same profits. Manure in the roses. Yes, sir. All right, man. I capped my 20 minutes, guys. I'm out of here again from the RVA. Nothing but love. Go to my homepage here on YouTube, and you'll see my Amazon store sign. Click that bad boy and get to shopping. I've almost made $50 there last month. I'm pretty impressed. I'm impressed with Amazon right now. Meanwhile, peace and love. Subscribe if you get a chance. And if not, I will see you on Monday. Bring me all your problems and crying tears, and I will give you my spin on it. Until then, see you, baby.